Hello, hello, hello. This is Attorney Mike Graven coming to you from Chicago as usual. And I just had a little bit of fun. I was over on Debbie Davis's stream earlier. I'd recommend it. It was pretty fun. She had a fun clip that we watched, but during that I was actually kind of making fun of Artie for streaming mowing his lawn. So this inspired Deborah to start telling lawn mowing stories. I don't know. Just go check out the video, or more to the point, check out my Photoshop of her in my community tab. That's a lot of fun. We've got a couple of interesting clips today. We've got a new judge. It's Gettler or something like that. He's out in Kansas. I like him, but that's really mellow. But as usual, I got sent a ton of stuff from Judge Simpson's courtroom. This is just the clip I could get. It's good though. I think it's it's Simpson being pushed to his limit as usual. So let me see here. Let me see here. Let's get the party started, shall we?
Court calls the case of the People versus DeAnthony Harris.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Harrison. Sir, can you state your name for the record, please?
Anthony Harris.
Thank you. And Mr. Harris is in custody for failing to appear at a show cause regarding fines and costs. I did have a chance to speak with him. He did represent to me that he does believe that he's going to be able to pay that off. He hopes to pay it off in full in the near future. He's just asking the court to grant him bond so that he can do that. And furthermore, in consideration, his girlfriend did just have a baby, so he would very much like to get out and be able to be there for his child.
That was when did we talk, Mr. Attorney?
That was probably a week ago.
Yeah, I kind of wrote him a letter already, and I wanted to read it to him if there's any way I could, Your Honor. I got a letter that I wrote.
Go ahead. I don't have a copy of the letter. Go ahead.
I said, hello, Your Honor. My name is DeAnthony Harris. I'm incarcerated in Washington County for a domestic violence case. I already did time for this case. I did not hit her nor put my hands on her. It was all verbal abuse. So you gave me probation. I ended up violating my probation, which I'm so sorry for. So you gave me 3 months and let me go. I was supposed to come back to court to get it took off my record and pay my court fees, but I missed the court date in like 2 more court dates.
I mean, it's the least of his problems, but why are you reading a letter you wrote? Why don't you just say what you have to say?
Last time I was here back in February, I understand you let me off the hook with the warning, but please, Your Honor, please listen to me. I was going through a very hard time, being homeless with kids on the way, and one here with me. We bounced around shelter to shelter, house to house. I don't have her mom here to help me take care of her. I'm not just giving you the runaround, I promise. It's just hard being a single father this young with no help. I just turned 21 and I'm doing everything on my own. I don't have a mother nor father here to help me. I said, I don't have no father here to help me with this young with no help. I said, if you can just give me one more chance, I promise to do right. I don't have a lot of money, so therefore the paying what I owe part is very hard to complete right now. I'm working with Washington Community Outreach. Billy Coleman, he got me a job before I came in here, but I got arrested. He helped me get this job at Ebby Brown. I don't know if you heard of that, Your Honor. It's Ebby Brown right in Westland off Michigan Ave. But I got the job at Ebby Brown. It's a factory job. He helped me with that job because I figured that I still owed you guys. And he helped me get the job to help pay the money that I owe you. I was told to ask for at least a GPS tether if I can. For missing all the court dates that I have missed. and some community service so I could pay you guys back, because it's very hard for me to make the money with, now I have 2 kids here now, Your Honor. One of my kids' birthday is coming up July 16th. And I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing everything alone. We don't have a house right now, but we're living with one of my cousins, and I'm paying almost all of his bills just to stay there because I don't have no access, no one teaching me how to get a house, none of that. All I have is a job. So, and then I said, I was told to ask for GPS tether and community service to work off the fines and costs that I owe you. I'm not a menace to society. I don't have a bad or outstanding criminal record, and I am not a criminal. I work and take care of my kids. I am a father.
I actually do have empathy for this guy because he's so pathetic. But, you know, reading a statement that says I'm not a criminal from the lockup, someone's got to help him.
Just a dad, not just a dad, but an actual father. I'm actually taking care of my kids alone and on my own. Please, Your Honor, don't give up on me. I just want to go home and take care of my kids and family. I don't have nobody or no help. My daughter's birthday is July 16th, and I cannot come up with $10,000 to save my life if I needed to. Please, Your Honor, can I please get a PR bond? I'm begging you. Or anything lower, please. I can't even come up with $1,000 right now. I work, but like I said, I'm a single father doing everything on my own, so I don't got the best schedule. I'm making just enough just to take care of my kids and pay bills. Barely able to do that. I didn't get a chance to start at Eddie Brown because I got arrested. That's why I'm here now. Please, Your Honor, work with me. I'll take a tether to show you. I won't miss another court date, and if I do, you guys can come get me. Please, Your Honor, I don't want to lose my kids to the system. My twins died 3 years ago while I was here, locked up here. I'm sorry to keep coming in front of you for the same case. If you give me one more chance, this will be the last time you will have to see me.
Well, that is absolutely awful, and in that sense, I feel sorry for him. But it's still beside the point. You'll see.
I promise you. Sincerely, Anthony Harris.
On October 5th of 2019, I sentenced you, and I suspended all of the time. I did not put you in jail. We came back on October 7th of 2019, and you were behind, hadn't complied with your sentence at that point, and I gave you a break at that point. And to do that, you were supposed to then come back and see me December 2nd of 2019, didn't show up. Had to issue a bench warrant because you failed to appear. You didn't voluntarily turn yourself in. You got picked up. February. I let you talk. You're gonna hear from me now.
I'm
so
sorry.
that
Don't interrupt.
you can understand exactly what I've been through with you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Because in December you didn't show up. We didn't.
Oh, his attorney, Melissa Kleeman, she knows the score on all fronts here, and she's doing her best, but she can't control it.
You still didn't come in. And then we picked you up. Somehow or another, we got you in February of 2020. There was then an evidentiary hearing that we held we set that on February 24th for March 2nd at 1 p.m.
We have a main crew.
As we went through that, you denied all of the allegations of the phone calls as well as anything regarding a shooting incident. Found that there was then you admitted on March 9th to other allegations that violated the bond. You were on a DV hideout. And up to that point, I had not revoked your hideout at all. I had still continued to try to work with you. went through. By March 9th, I revoked your HIDA. I entered the conviction. Sentenced you to jail, sentenced you to serve the time. That was in 2020. You still owed the financial obligations for the case. Had a hearing set for July 24th, 2021. You didn't appear. We found you. There was a show cause then off of that bench warrant in August of 2021. We held that on August 23rd. Guess what? Let you go. You didn't appear. That brings us up then. We don't see you. You get picked up again because I had to issue a bench warrant. We don't see you till November of 2020. Or 2021, I think it is, 2021. We don't see you until then. Set a hearing for December 13th. You tried to get out on an emergency motion. I denied that emergency motion because you hadn't complied with anything. And you had been out on bench warrant status basically since 2020. We then had a hearing that we set for January 10th, 2022. Guess what? January 10th, 2022, you don't show up again.
I didn't see that one coming. Oh, wait. No, I did. No, I did. This poor guy, I mean, he's got a sad tale. He's got kids or whatever. I don't know what happened with his twins. That's just awful. Assuming that's true, that's just terrible. And I have nothing but empathy for him. But he's saying that he's the primary caregiver for all these kids he's making. I just doubt it. It's just not nature. It's not usually what happens. It's possible, but not likely. I'm very skeptical.
Don't see you. You don't turn yourself in. February 1st, 2022. Show cause. At that point, set your bond. You came in February, February 14th. And I don't know why.
Oh, he showed up on Valentine's Day. That's kind of sweet.
But I listened to the same story that you're trying to tell me now, that you're going to do this, you're going to do that. You wanted a chance. So I said, all right, give you a chance. Gave you a PR bond. Set the show cause then for April 13th. You told me you were going to get all of this taken care of. Set it for April 13th, 2022. Guess what? Got adjourned out to May 2nd, 2022. You don't show up.
Shut the front door. He didn't show up that time? It seems to be a pattern.
No, Your Honor, I showed up.
You don't show up. I had to issue a bench warrant. That was May of 2022. And then we catch up to you in June, and now you're sitting here.
Your Honor, I showed up, but it's like when I was during that court case, during the court date that day, it said that my background was too loud. So that's why I got adjourned. I really was trying to do
that. That was on the 13th.
Yeah. And during that time,
come back May 2nd, and you didn't come back.
During that time, I had another child, Your Honor.
During that time, I had another child. Meanwhile, just look at his attorney. She's dying inside. She's doing exactly the right thing. She cannot interject with Judge Simpson rightfully on this role. She can't. And she can't stop her client. She does everything she can.
I'm not trying to give you the runaround. I promise you, Simpson. I'm not trying to give you the runaround.
Simpson, don't call me by my last name. You don't know me that well.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Your Honor. But I'm not.
Oh my. I just kind of stepped on it, but he just called Judge Simpson. Like they're buds, hanging out.
I'm not trying to just give you the runaround. I promise you, Your Honor. I promise you I'm not. It's hard. I'm 21 years old and I'm taking care of 2 kids, one on my own. When I first got out of jail back in May 1st, 2020, my girlfriend, she left me. She left me here with a child by myself.
He's taking care of 2 kids, one by himself. I simply do not believe that. I feel sorry. Like I said, he's locked up and that's bad. He's telling a story. He's sort of being respectful in that sense. I'll give him 2 points. I just don't believe a lot of what he's saying, and I certainly don't believe that. I've got 2 kids, and I'm taking care of one of them. No. I think this is just for the sob story for court today. This guy isn't taking care of kids. I get why he's making kids. I mean, let's face it, that's fun. He doesn't have any impulse control, and he does that. Fine. It's not good, but I understand it. He's a good-looking young guy, and he's going to have. That's what happens. But don't tell me you're taking care of him, because I don't believe you.
Because I went to jail and we lost twins. She left me here by myself. My kids died while I was here, Your Honor. I did 3 months for this case already. I know I owe a lot of money, but it's hard. I'm taking care of kids on my own. Like, it's hard, Your Honor. I'm bouncing shelter to shelter. I don't even have a place.
I don't, you know what? You need to just stop. Because you come before me, I'll work with you. But if you don't show up, I can't do anything except just hold you. I've already had to issue 5 bench warrants.
Can you please
Ridiculous.
I'll take a tether, Your Honor, just to show you I'm going to show up. I promise you I will show up. I will take a tether.
Yeah, I love the defense. I'll take a tether, like he's negotiating with him. I can order a tether anytime I want. I've got you incarcerated currently. Okay, we're not playing let's make a deal here.
Say that now because we got you for the fifth
I'm serious,
time.
Your Honor. I'm serious. I want to do right. I want to do right, Your Honor. I promise you I want to do right.
You don't, because if you wanted to do right, listen. If you wanted to do right, you would have come in here. You would have talked to me. I would have worked it out with you, just like I did this last time on February 14th. When I let you go after. You know what? I'm done. I'm done.
No, I'm sorry.
Sir,
I am done. What I will do, Miss Kleeman.
I think I have a video called "I'm Done" or something like it, but I don't know. It's a classic. I mean, it's an obvious one, but it's a classic Judge Simpson phrase, and he really means it when he says it. I mean, it was time to stop talking long before he says I'm done.
Not because of your client. I think he.
Sorry, Your Honor. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Your Honor. Sorry.
okay, sir, just be quiet now, okay?
Maybe you can get the bail project to help out, right? I'll reduce, if he's going to get a job and pay it, I'll reduce his bond to a $5,000.
So after all that, and after all his barking, and I like Judge Simpson, but after all that, he's a big softy and he reduces his bond.
You there? Okay. I'll reduce his bond to a $5,000. Well, I'll do it this way. $500 cash.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Paul.
I'll set another hearing. I don't even know why I'm doing this, because he's just not going to show up. And then he's going to whine and plead like he's doing today. Give me a hearing date for him. Give him a month out. And I dare him to not show up. Set the hearing for August 8th if he gets out. 2020. Will you be quiet? At 1 p.m. So you can talk.
It's really weird because he's obviously a big guy and he's cool, but he's gone pure feminine, and I get it because that gets you places in court. But what he's trying to do, I don't want to get in trouble, but he's essentially doing the single mom defense. But he's just not. And I'm not buying it. Nor is the judge, although he does feel sorry for him in some sense, and so do I, and he's ultimately kind of nice to him. But it's an odd thing to watch.
Out to the bail project, see if you can get him out, see if he can take care of his obligations, not come back here crying and whining. I'm done. Thank you.
And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Don't make Oscar beg. It's rude.
All right, good morning.
Okay, so this is a new judge. This Judge Gettler, I like him. I'm not going to lie to you. These are not wild, and this is where I did my clickbait. I said featuring the Smiths, which was funny probably only to me because I'm referring to a band that probably half the people don't know. But I mean, they're famous, but whatever. Um, but whatever. This call is sort of interesting, and it reminds me of one I did the other day when they were talking about extradition. This one, he really gets into Bond on the second guy. But both of them, it's just, and this is also the sort of genesis of the thumbnail title, which is Idle Time. Same with the last one, but it's I've got a theme now. I'm fancy, I went with the theme, but what these videos made me think of is Idle Time is Devil's Plaything, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. Not bad guys in terms of their court decorum or their respect and everything. They're very, very nice, but they don't do anything. And when you don't do anything, you get in trouble. And you'll see that right here.
Mr. Smith, how are you?
All right.
All right, you appear in custody via Zoom, having been arrested on probable cause by the Independence Police Department, their case number 22-1171.
I'm jealous.
And that was for the offenses of driving under the influence.
That had to be a good show.
Third offense in 10 years. And transporting open containers.
Excuse me, Judge. I think this is Cody Smith, not Michael.
Michael, I'm sorry. I'm reading the wrong person.
Yeah, I was going to say, no,
I didn't see there's two Smiths on there. Let me get my people straight here. Cody Allen Smith. Got it.
Doc.
All right. Let's start over. This is State of Kansas versus Cody Allen Smith,
Ruby.
19 CR 46. And Mr. Smith, you appear in custody, having been arrested on an order for arrest and detain for alleged probation violations. It is alleged that you violated your probation by failing to report to your intensive supervision officer as directed. Do you understand why you're in custody today?
Yes, sir.
All right. And when you are not in custody, are you still residing on Coffeyville?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
About a year now.
Are you presently employed?
No.
Do you have any current source of income?
No, sir. Not right now.
Do you have any minor children you support?
I got children, but I ain't got jobs, so I ain't supporting them right at the moment.
Okay. Well, this case is assigned to me, so let me establish your next court date first, and then we'll discuss bond.
Okay, so here's another revelation I had watching this. So this is a new judge to me, and this makes me feel old. When you look at judges and think they're young, it makes you feel old. I don't say this with any disrespect, but when this call started and he had a little mix up with the names, he's sitting there with his little bow tie. I'm like, oh, he's a nice kid. That was my internal dialogue. I don't mean to knock the judge. He does a nice job, but that's what I thought to myself as I'm watching him. Like, oh, I'm getting up there.
This is my docket week, so you won't have to wait too long before seeing me again. Your court date is going to be this Thursday, July 14th at 9 o'clock.
Ooh. I gotta get back to
that. That is a Zoom hearing, and that'll be for admission denial.
Thank you, Sassy Cats.
If you do make the bond I'm going to set for you, I want you to appear in person, however, here at the Judicial Center, second floor of the building you're in now. You need to check in with the clerk at the clerk's window by 9 a.m. On Thursday the 14th if you are not in custody. If you are still in custody on that date, then you would appear via Zoom from the jail like you did this morning. Regarding bond, Ms. Hearn, who's appearing on behalf of the state today, do you have a bond recommendation?
Your Honor, I just had a look to see what the previous bond was, and this is the second time. The supervision officer states that this is the second time he's going to be considered an absconder. The previous bond was $4,000, so we were going to ask for 10 with $10,000 cash or surety with electronic monitoring, which was ordered previously also.
All right. All right, Mr. Smith, I'm going to set your bond at $8,000 cash surety with electronic monitoring. Again, if you do make that bond and you're not in jail, come this Thursday at 9 o'clock, you do need to report here at the courthouse, the Judicial Center, by 9 a.m. Otherwise, there'll be a warrant for your arrest. If you are still in jail, as I mentioned, you'll appear like you did this morning. We'll give you an application and an affidavit for a court-appointed attorney. If you want the court to consider appointing an attorney, fill out that paperwork, leave it with the jail, the sooner the better. If you qualify financially, and I presume you will, in light of your current unemployed status, then I will appoint you counsel. If you get that filled out and returned today or tomorrow, then it's very likely you may have an attorney appear with you on Thursday. But if you hold on to it and don't return it timely, then your appearance on Thursday might be without counsel. Any questions, Mr. Cody Smith?
No, sir.
All right, that's all for today. Thank you. I'm guessing this is Michael Smith.
So there he is. I mean, he just straight up the next guy as well. You know, yeah, I'm not working. Yeah, I have kids. I don't support them. I mean, he's not giving it. He's not lying. He's not pushing back or anything. But he's just comfortable saying, "Yep, I don't do anything. I don't do anything. I just exist." So, you know, being in jail really isn't a problem. It's an odd existence.
Yes, Your Honor. This is Michael Smith.
All right. Michael Colin Smith, you appear in custody via Zoom this morning, having been arrested by the Independence Police Department. Their case number 22-1171, and that was for the offenses of driving under the influence, third offense in 10 years, and transporting an open container. Do you understand why you're in custody today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And when you are not in custody, do you still live in Sedan, Kansas?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long have you lived there?
20-some years.
Are you presently employed?
No, I'm on disability.
What is the nature of your disability?
I got my back injured in the military.
I mean, this is a problem here. You know, he gets a DUI or whatever, but again, it gets back to my little thumbnail theme. Here's a guy. He's a veteran. He just drinks. He's getting disability money. He's got children to raise. You'll see, but he's not doing it. He's just has time on his hands, and when you have time on your hands, you do dumb things. At least I know I do. You know. So it's kind of sad, and both these guys are respectful and nice. They don't give the judge any blowback whatsoever. They just sit there and take their lumps. No problems about it, and that's that.
How much do you receive per month?
$7.95, I think.
Is that your only source of income?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Do you have any minor children you support?
3.
How old are they?
16, 14, and 8.
They live with you?
Correct.
With the exception of, I presume, a couple prior DUIs, do you have any other criminal history, Mr. Smith?
No, Your Honor. This is it.
Are you currently on probation or parole anywhere?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Hearn, do you show anything different regarding Mr. Smith's criminal history?
I did have a few non-person misdemeanors, and in all transparency, in looking at his record, I can't find the first DUI, and I have to confirm a conviction on the second. So we could be amending that if I can't verify those first two. So just that might change, but nothing super significant.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does the state have a bond recommendation?
We were going to ask for $1,500 cash assured.
I've settled down in my old age, Judy.
All right, Mr. Smith, I think that bond is appropriate, and I will approve that request. I'm going to set your bond at $1,500 cash professional surety. We will give you an application and an affidavit for court-appointed counsel. You want the court to consider appointing an attorney, fill that paperwork out, return it. You will qualify based on your current disability status and you having 3 children in your home. But I did have that paperwork back before I can appoint you counsel. So fill that out today, leave it with the jail, they'll get it up to us, and upon receipt, we will appoint you an attorney.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
If I pay that $1,500 today, can I get out today?
Correct, yes. And you can do one of two things. You can either post $1,500 to the clerk of the court. If you do that, at the conclusion of your case, provided you made all your court appearances, that would be returned to you less any fines, fees, costs that might be imposed as a result of a conviction if you are in fact convicted of something. You can also go through a bondsman, as most people do. That's your choice. If you go through a bondsman, you'd pay 10% of that bond, which would be $150. And that is not.
That's a good question. Judge, will I be appearing on Law Talk with Mike? Well, yes. Yes, you will.
Non-refundable. But yes, if you post that bond either in its entirety to the clerk of the court, or if you go through a bondsman, you would be released today unless you have a hold out of some other jurisdiction that I don't know about.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Your next court date is going to be Tuesday of next week.
That's really not delete loss in my chat, and you could try to push his nonsense all you want in my chat. It's not going to help. my viewers are not buying the indestructible trifold, I assure you, and thank you.
Is July the 19th. That'll be at 9 a.m. and that'll be in person. So Tuesday of next week at 9 a.m. Assuming you make that bond and you're not in jail on Tuesday the 19th, you need to come back to court. Second floor of the building you're in now, the Judicial Center. Be here by 9 a.m. If you fail to appear, there'll be a bench warrant issued for your arrest. That'll be a formal first appearance. On that date, you will find out formally what you've been charged with in this case. Do you have any questions, Mr. Smith?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then that is all for today. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, sir.
Appreciate it. You too.
Okay, I feel bad because those last two appearances were in that courtroom were, I don't know, they were just routine, but I liked the call, and I can't put my finger on why I liked the call. I kind of like the judge. I liked his vibe. And sometimes I just like to get new blood into it, and it's just sort of a different perspective. He's in Kansas or whatever; it's very similar. But let's face facts. The other clip was a boomer, if you ask me. Just watching Judge Simpson go crazy as usual. But that was just a little bit longer, and it was really an excuse to hang out longer. That's the truth of the matter. But I do like that judge. I thought it was pretty interesting. Also, on the second one, he talked about that sort of 10%. You can post 10% with the bondsman, and it's not refundable, or you can post the whole amount and that's refundable. I get that question all the time, and the truth of the matter is, it depends on every jurisdiction and what they're doing. So those things, how you post bond and what you can do, and whether or not you can have a bondsman, like, that's different in every state, and even different within jurisdictions within the state. But what they were showing seems to be a very typical arrangement. So I thought that was kind of neat to see that as well. So there you have it. I just did a quick one there. I thought it was pretty fun. I was trying to put together more. I know there was a lot of material. There's a lot of crazy stuff because people sent it to me today, but I didn't have time. I was over on Deborah's stream. You might want to check that out. Somebody go over there and give her some likes, or subscribe to her or something. She should get something for what I put her through in my community tab today. She's never been anything but nice to me. She doesn't deserve it, but I can't help myself. She triggers a big brother instinct in me, and I just have to have fun with Deborah that way. So thank you all for coming out, and I will see you all soon.